Hello everyone and welcome for more side quest action. Now today we are against the Beaked Titan and the Lanchester Corviknights. Now for anyone who has been watching this, last season I actually lost twice to the Beaked Titan. There's a fly flying around, it's pissing me off. I lost both times to this guy and it really pissed me off. I don't like losing. I don't like losing twice, but he did absolutely do me because I could not beat his Como thing. I just had no answer to it. Now we're looking at his team. He's got the Cobalion, the Doug Trio, the Glycerpod. He's got Cinderace, Mienshao, and a Blastoise. Now, I did a bit of research just prior to this and found that Doug Trio learned Beat Up, which I didn't know it had previously. So I could see he's going to try and use that Cobalion, because Cobalion's got Justified, which means any dark moves that hits it is going to be going through the roof. So I could see, what have you got in play here? Also, unlike the ABL, which I'm involved in, the Cinderace's ability is allowed here, because it's fair, it's any rules that are available. He didn't bring the Como, which I was grateful for, because I really wasn't looking forward to that. But I was really worried about what that Cobalion was going to do. And I just kept trying to think, right, what am I going to play? I can't even remember who I picked. Who did I pick? Again, I really should just like watching my matches. Look, I've had football training, and I'm about to crack open a beer. Hang on. And my wife's gone to bed. So this is the best of 3. If you're new to the channel, you bring 6, pick 4, and it is best of 3 VGC rules. So he starts off with his Cinderace and his Blastoise, while I'm starting off with my Reuniculus and my Alolan God, get myself there together. Alolan Persian. You never see Persian because it's a terrible Pokemon, it's absolutely terrible. Now I'm in a good position at the moment. Alolan Persian could just be a bit of a pain in the arse, and I can go after the Blastoise. I was worried a bit whether I going to get a Dynamax or anything like that, but I thought, look, it's more likely to come from the Cinderace, and I decided, right, the best thing to do is just to fake out that Blastoise. It has the ability to do that itself. It does have Fake Out, but it also has Yawn, and that's what I was more worried about than anything, because if Yawn starts coming out from a Blastoise, it can really wreck anyone's good time. So it whips out with Cinderace, and this is just the normal version, not the Gigantamax version. It's blatantly placed on a football player, and if you call it soccer, I hate you all. Hang on, give me a drink. So I use Fake Out, so that's the Blastoise, not going to do anything this turn, which I was quite grateful for. He goes for a Max Knuckle, which I thought, well, that makes sense, and it turns itself into a fighting type. Then I started laughing in the back of my head because I knew what I was going to be doing. So Max Knuckle comes on, it goes on to the Alolan Persian. It is super effective, but it's not too much of a problem. Persian's done exactly what it needs to do. Yes, it's got an attack drop, an attack boost for both of it, and you'd think I'd be worrying, but I'm not, because Trick Room's come up, and as you saw earlier, when the Cinderace uses that ability, it means it changes its type, so it is now a fighting type, and it's going to be looking down a psychic type, which means I can finish this off really quickly. I decide, look, I may as well use Parting Shot, because it's done what all it needs to do, just get out of there and be done with it. Actually, no, did I? Or just, I think I just straight switched. That's probably the better play here, rather than doing that. Yeah, straight switch. Good boy. I did do that. Yes, I might have just said. I just realised I said my real name. I'm going to have to beep that out. So that's why I was a bit paused. Did I use my real name? I did. So I've just beeped that out so you don't find out what my real name is, because that'd be silly. Look, I'm in a really good position at the moment. It may seem like he's got his Dynamax up and I've lost a bit of health, but I know exactly what I'm doing. So I bring back Capitalism and bring out the Killer Queen. Killer Queen, now I have 2 psychic types on the field, and they can help each other out immensely. So now it's time for me to use a Dynamax, and I know what I'm going after, and I'm going straight after that Cinderace. It is literally licking my lips, and I want to kill it that badly. Here comes my giant teddy bear. And the reason why I thought I'd use this, well, I wanted to capitalise, rather than waste a turn, let him hit me with something and possibly change his type again. And you look, it's in a really weak position, it's going to be there for the kill, so I decided to go for it. It uses Aqua Jet, and I was like, ooh, that's a smart play, but I was thinking, obviously, he might have forgot to put weakness policy on that thing, because I think that's what it was waiting for. Actually, no, tell a lie, it used Aqua Jet, because it was hoping to activate the weakness policy, but what I don't realise, it changed type. Had it still been a fire type, it would have activated, but as it's water type going into the into the fighting type, it's not going to do anything, which meant it was super effective when I hit it, and bye-bye, because I'm lifed up and there was no way it was surviving. And now I'm in a situation where I've got 2 Psychic Pokemon on the field with the Psychic Surge up, so all my Psychic moves are going to be going up by 50%, which means I'm going to hit like a truck, and I'm going to be the slowest thing on the field as well, so good luck. No fake outs are going to be using, so no prankster ability, nothing like that. So even if he does have Mind Chew in the back, I wasn't really that worried. He brings out Daniel, Daniel the... Why is he called Daniel? I was thinking, right, okay, that's on the field. Dugtrio's going to be somewhere in the back. I've got Mystical Flare. I've got Max Knuckle. I want it gone. I want it absolutely gone. I want it off the field. I want it out of my life. That Max Knuckle is, although I will get a boost of my attack, and it'll be pretty useless, I'm not going to be using it that way, because it's just there for Focus Blast, so really the drop isn't that good, but look, I want to get rid of it. I use Mystical Fire, so that's going to do some damage. I wasn't sure how much, not a great deal, just under half, but I know if I hit it with a Max Knuckle, it's going to die because it will come down as a special move, and this was going to be the end of this. So I was like, happy days, that is the end of Daniel the Cobalion. He is gone. And now he's down to Blastoise. I get an attack boost, which is absolutely useless to both of these. It really doesn't do it much. Cobalion's down, which I was like, happy days, that's a big threat gone. How is that Fly still alive? How are you still functioning, Fly? Get out of my life. But obviously Yawn has been used by the Blastoise. I must have missed that when I went to go smack that Fly, and Akira is now drowsy. So I thought, look, I'm in a situation where I probably want to save the Akira. I don't just like throwing Pokemon away willy-nilly. I'm in a situation where I'm 4 Pokemon up against 2, and I have the speed. So what I want to do is I want to bring in a Azumarill. You got to play smart. You don't just want to sacrifice Mons because you don't know what's going to happen. Literally anything can happen now, and I could suddenly lose my Akira. It's better to just switch in, and I know anything he throws at my Araquanid. I haven't got Araquanid. And my Azumarill is going to be able to take anything he's going to throw at me. So I thought, look, this is a safe switch, although I do lose one turn of Dynamax. And there goes my yellow Azumarill. Look at it, it's so beautiful. So I use Psychic again. This is going to hit like a truck. But I'm going to look, it's Blastoise, and Blastoise took it very well. Leech Life, that goes into the Azumarill. That would have done a lot of damage had that been the... oh, there's more flies. Oh yeah, I left the window open earlier, didn't I? Get off the plane. It's gone. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit distracted here. Are they coming in? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just really distracted at the moment. So the Blastoise is a bit of a tank, so it's always going to take that damage. But then I have to look, that Gliscopod now has Leech Life. So that is going to do some damage to my Killer Queen, but really I need to get rid of that. Blastoise is more of a support mon from the sounds of it. It's not there to cause trouble. It's just there to be a bit of a pain in the arse rather than doing the damage. So my aim here is to get rid of Gliscopod. Gliscopod is a physical threat. I do love Gliscopod. I was a big lover of that when I first saw its design. So I go for a Psychic on it to see how much damage you can get, and look at that. Nearly finishes off. It is a crit, which is a bit of a shame for it. It uses a Sword Stance, which I thought, is that the play here? I would have gone for Leech Life personally, just because you're gonna die, and it misses that, and I was like, fantastic. So he uses Yawn on my Azumarill, and now you're gonna see something very silly from both of us, which I had a laugh about, because as you can see, the Psychic Surge is still around, so you can probably guess what's happening. Oh, that was it, yeah. He used Yawn. He used it on... I completely missed that play. He used it on Killer Queen, it Magic Bounced, and now he's asleep. That must be what I missed. Sorry, I was just completely in my own way. So I go for the Aqua Jet on the Gliscopod, and as you'll soon see, like, that was a silly idea because there's a Psychic Surge flying around, so Aqua Jet's not going to work, and it doesn't. And he goes for Sucker Punch, which doesn't work either. So that was a very silly play by both of us, bit of a waste of time really. Blastoise wakes up, Killer Queen's going for Psychic. That is going to be the end. Oh no, I didn't go for Gliscopod. Why didn't I go for Gliscopod? That would have been the play. That was silly. Either way, Blastoise is still there. But I was thinking, how did I actually make such a silly play? And now my Azumarill is asleep. So I was like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute moron. You just really could have won this match next turn. But you've now put yourself in a situation where you've got to have to play this out a little bit more. And look, I decided I'm in a situation where I've still got 4 Mons. They're both nearly dead. I should be able to finish this off quite easily and get this onto game 2. But then I need to work out what I want to do. Do I want a Leech Life or do I want a Trick Room? Sorry, Psychic, or do I want a Trick Room? And I thought to myself, look, he can Leech Life, but it's not going to kill. I don't think it would kill Killer Queen, because that's who he's going to go for, but a Psychic is going to do so much damage, and he needs to basically kill it. So I decided to just go for the Psychic just to see if we can get it up. But then his Blastoise wakes up, which I thought, fantastic, this is not my day. But he goes for a Water move onto a Azumarill. I don't know if he's predicting a switch, which didn't happen. Leech Life, that does go onto the Killer Queen, and it does quite a lot of damage, which means it's going to get about 60 health back. And I thought, I looked at that and went, am I going to be able to finish that off? Am I going to be able to finish that off? I don't know, maybe. But I went for a Psychic instead to get rid of the Blastoise, because I thought, well, that's the end of that. And obviously I'm now just talking absolute waffles, because originally I was going to go for the Glissapod and I didn't. So now he's now 1 Pokemon against 4, and I know there's no way he's going to be able to finish this off. He might be able to get rid of 1 of these Pokemon, but he's not going to be able to get rid of 4. And I decided to get rid of Azumarill, because Azumarill is now... Oh no, got rid of Killer Queen. I think, yeah, because I thought Leech Life is going to go into Capitalism. May as well protect it, and I can use Fake Out. I use a Sucker Punch, which doesn't work because I'd used the switch. And that was... I thought, well, I'm in a good position, I can win this 4-0. So one of the problems here in Australia is that when it comes to night time, flies appear, and I left the door open. And because I left the door open, they got in. And now I'm just finding them everywhere. Flies. Bloody hell. Right. Where are we? Okay, Play Rough. Yeah, that comes in. And he's got a little bit of damage. And because I used the Fake Out, he is now done. And what am I doing? Just finish it. Why am I switching? I think I was worried about the Sucker Punch. I think at this point I wanted to make sure I got the win. So I use Capitalism, bring back Killer Queen. And I can probably just finish it off. I was worried about he was going to use Sucker Punch and finish off Capitalism. I don't think he does. I use the Aqua Jet, because Aqua Jet is now usable, because Psychic Surge is gone. And that is the end of Game 1, who looks like Jazzy Poo. I had someone called Jazzy Poo. I don't know who that is. But that was round 1. But that means nothing against this guy, because Beaked Titan has beaten me twice previously, and I think in both the previous times I took Game 1, I ended up losing. So I don't like this guy. No, Beaked Titan's fine. He's a nice guy. We've got on. Just I hate losing. So we're going into Game 2. And my wife has suddenly scared the absolute bejeebers out of me, because I didn't know I thought she'd gone to bed. And she terrified me. I thought it was a burglar or something was falling down. So this is going to be Game 2. I can't even see... Well, I don't work out selecting Pokemon. Now, in the previous match, we never saw the Dugtrio and Cobalion turn. I suspect that's going to happen this time. I suspect 100% that's going to happen. So this is why I decided to bring the Clefairy. The wife's come to watch me, what I actually do. The boss, the queen. One moment, I have been paused. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. You know what I said about those flies? I thought it was me who'd let them in. Actually, it wasn't. Apparently, the wife's come down and said it's everywhere. Apparently, it's all on Facebook. And I think what it is because today's been quite hot in Australia. And basically, the flies have come out. And it's getting cooler. And they're always attracted to the light, and as it is 10:30 at night here, they've come out to play, and that's why this place is now covered in flies, and it looks like it's not just me. I run a clean house here, I'd like to think, but basically there's lights on, so they're after it, so tonight's going to be great. Hopefully we won't get bitten too much, hopefully they've not got in the baby's room, hopefully not hiccups is okay. Anyway, you're not here to hear about my woes, and get off that piss off. You're not here to hear about my problems. Here we go. He sends out what I was expecting was going to happen at some point, and here was my plan. As you can imagine, that Dugtrio is going to go for Beat Up, and he's going to try and power up the Cobalion. I've got Follow Me to stop that shenanigans happening. I've also got Trick Room to give me speed advantage after one turn, and I don't know that. Sometimes I do run Focus Sash on the Reuniclus, but not this time. I've gone for power, but I thought, look, I'm going to be able to survive whatever he's got. That Beat Up is not going to be able to work because I've got priority. Follow Me is basically going to give me the advantage. And he goes for the Dynamax, and I see this is probably how he's won so many games, because people are not going to be prepared for this at all. Dugtrio is really quick. It's one of the quickest Pokemon in the format, and it's going to be able to get a really quick beat up on that Justified Cobalion, and that thing is going to hit like an absolute truck. I'm surprised we even let him draft these things together. So there's the Follow Me. This is going to be what I was planning for. I'm just going to have a quick swig of my beer. And there we go. Beat Up's going to do 2 damage. As you see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That would have put that to Cobalion at +4, and then he would have hit me with a max steel spike, which would have been Clefairy dead. And Clefairy does survive by the skin of its teeth, which means it would have had no chance, and its defense is rose, which is fantastic. So it would have had a +4 attack and a +1 defense at this stage, which would have meant I would have been in huge trouble. As for now, I've only got to deal with a +1 defense, which is not too bad. I thought, look, I'm still in an okay position at the moment. Now the thing is, what do I want to do? And really what I want to do is stop him using Beat Up again, because he could use it again, but that means I need to get rid of that Doug Trio. And I ignore that and decide to go after the Cobalion. No, this is my thinking. I remember my thinking. My thinking was, look, he's going to use Beat Up again, and if he's going to use that, it's going to go into the Clefairy, which isn't going to kill it. That gives me 1 turn to be able to hit the Cobalion for free, really, because he's not going to be able to kill me with another Max Steel Spike. The following turn, that Beat Up is free to go into the Cobalion. That is the turn I need to get rid of the Doug Trio. So I thought, let's see how much damage I can do now, and I can get my Psychic Surge up. And so I use Follow Me, again hoping he's going to use Beat Up. That was my plan, and he uses Ally Switch, which actually worked an absolute treat, because I thought, okay, your Doug Trio is going to get smacked with a Max Mindstorm, and is going to die. Doug Trio is never surviving that. It's as frail as piss. So it's dead. It's not got a sash, which I was suspecting it did. Basically, he's got a good combination really to try and protect that Cobalion once it's all powered up. Again, I wouldn't have thought Ally Switch was going to be on Doug Trio. As I said, it's weak as piss. Max Steel Spike, that's going to go onto the Clefairy. That's going to mean he's +2 in his defense, normal defense, and that is the end of Clefairy. But Clefairy has done exactly what it wants to do. It's really not done anything with its Dynamax. I've used 1 turn, he's used 2. I thought, look, I'm in a really good position at the moment. I can bring Killer Queen back out. I can, in the situation I've now got the Psychic moves up. I do have to worry for that Steel Spike, because that is still going to hurt Killer Queen. She doesn't want to get hit by any sort of steel moves. And he brings out Samara, the Galar champion. I thought, look, I can still hit this. I can hit both of them and possibly get rid of it. I can do exactly what I did and get rid of it, and it's gone. And that was my plan. Could I get rid of it? Psychic does nothing. And I thought, that's not good. Done absolutely nothing. I didn't think Max Mindstorm was going to be able to get rid of it, even with the boost. As it is still quite a bulky Pokemon, but I've nearly got rid of it. I thought, that's not too bad. He goes for a Swords Dance. Again, I don't know why he's done that, because we saw in the first game, they can't use Shadow Sneak. It's out of the equation. And he goes for Max Flutterby, which I was surprised about. I thought he'd go for a Max Steel Spike. He doesn't, and it doesn't really kill my Akira. So thinking, okay, I'm in a really good position. I can get rid of that Cobalion next turn, and it's going to be the end of Dynamax. So Dynamax is gone, and he's going to end up with a +2 defense, and he has lowered my attack 1 stage. So I had to think to myself, okay, can I get rid of it with a minus attack? And I thought, you know what, even with one special, I could probably get rid of it. I could probably be done with it. But I thought, do you take the risk? And I thought, no, I don't take the risk. But I can still get rid of it. I can still get rid of it with one of them. And I wanted it off the field, and I decided to do this. Again, I was suspecting a Shadow Sneak was going to come out, so I brought it out. But again, it can't use Shadow Sneak or Shadow Punch, whatever it was going to use. So I brought out a Azumarill, and the main thing, he used Sucker Punch, again, which would not have worked. He's not learned from the first game. So I get rid of Cobalion. Cobalion is now gone. He is now down to his last 2 Pokemon. He's got a +2 attack Golisopod, and I don't know who his 4th Pokemon was. Let me just have a quick swiggy there. And I was quite happy so far, because I thought, oh, finally, I'm actually going to get a win against this guy. I'm actually going to win. It's taken me a while, but I finally got a win. So he brings out the Cinderace again. I wasn't worried. I just wasn't worried. Again, I've got my speed up, and I do have an Azumarill on the field. So I was pretty good at this point. So he's still got turns of Trick Room, so I'm still going to be on the fastest on the field. I go for Liquidation. That's going to probably finish that off in 1. It's going to hit that like a truck. And Psychic is going to do a lot of damage on to the Samara, but as we've seen, it doesn't kill it. So Psychic goes on to his Golisopod, and it does just over half, doesn't kill it, but it gets a special defense drop, which means it's dead next turn. Leech Life, that's going on to my Akira, and actually finishes it, which made me think, you bugger, you pain in the arse. And it actually made it go over just over half, and I lost to Kira. But I thought, look, I can bring in the Queen next turn, and she's going to have her attack back to normal, and you've got a special defense drop. So Liquidation goes on to Adidas. There was no way he was surviving that, not a super effective huge power move, and I didn't even need to belly drum, so that was the end of that. And now again we're facing a situation where he's got 4 Pokemon against, well, this time he's got 1 against 2, but I was still happy I was in a position and said, look, he's going to be able to use Leech Life, although he has used Swords Dance. As we saw in the first match, it can't finish it off. I could use a Trick Room if I wanted, but then I've got to worry about if he's going to use Shadow Punch, which will put me in a bit of a bad situation because Trick Room was going to be coming to an end. So I thought, look, he's not going to be able, he might be able to do a lot of damage to one Pokemon. He's not going to get rid of both, hence why I went for the play rough, and it nearly finished it off. And it's basically going to come down to, and that lowered his attack, which is even better, so he's +1 attack. Leech Life does go on, as we can see, it does do a chunk of damage. It might have finished it off, or just about nearly, had that been +2, but it's not good enough, and he's had 1 special defense drop already. I'm now back to normal Psychic, special attack things, and that's the end of that. So he's gone down, and I finally got a win over the Beaked Titan, finally, which takes me to 3-0. I was just made up I finally beat the bugger. I've been trying so long to beat this guy, and finally it's been done. But either way, it's over, and I'm now on to next week. And as always, if you like this content, please subscribe. Sorry about the fly nonsense, and until next time, I've been HBT. I'll see you later. Bye bye.